Now I'm going to talk about the most important, I think, tag that's in HTML, and that's called the anchor tag. Without the anchor tag, we wouldn't have any World Wide Web, because what the anchor or the simple A tag does is it actually links, whether you have text or a picture, whatever you have in your page, to something else on the internet. Before the anchor tag, we just have plain old files on the internet. So you look at someone's file and then you close it and look at someone else's file. But with this anchor tag, we could actually click on anything that had that tag in it, and it would take us somewhere else on the internet. And that's what actually makes the internet a World Wide Web, where everything is linked together. In order to do one of these, we're going to start with, we'll open up a line right after our style sheet reference here, right before our title to our page. And we're going to link to Michael Walmsley's blog on Code Avengers. In order to do that, we just put the A tag in, which is opening bracket, simple A, closing bracket. Okay? Now, we're going to link some text. So I'm actually going to write the word blog, and we're going to save it a minute. And we're going to reload this page. Notice the blog is up here. It's a little different than the other text on this page. If I mouse over the other text, nothing happens. Nothing happens anywhere here. But when I mouse over the blog, it shows me that's an actual link. But of course, when I click on this link, nothing happens. I wonder why that is. Well, if I come over here and I look at some of the other things that I put on the page, like the images, I see that I haven't given my blog any place to go. Okay, when I click on it, I need to give it a place to go. And the way we do this is to the anchor tag we add a hypertext reference, like you see above, href equals, that's our attribute. Then we have to give it a value, so we put that within quotes. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually link to the blog on his page. And that would be HTTP. It's a little bit different. Oops, it's a capital H. It's a little bit different because I think that starts not with www Code Avengers can't talk, but it actually starts with blog, and then codeavengers.com. And of course it's still blue because I have to give it a closing quote there, and then everything is fine. So I'm going to save that. Okay, when I relaunch the page, blog, I click on blog, and it takes me to his blog. So actually now the link is working. Okay, so let's try another one. Right next to this one, let's link to his About Us page. I'm going to put a little pipe in here to separate the two. The pipe is what you see right above the backslash, and it looks like that. And that just puts a separation between blog, and I'm going to put another anchor for About Us. So I open up an A tag again. And then I'm going to put About Us. And it's about Code Avengers, of course. Save it. Let's take a look at it. Okay. Probably need some spaces here, so I can go back and do that. They're a little crowded. So I'm going to put space after blog. It's going to give me that error all the time. And then I'm going to put a space before About. I'm going to do something. Okay, so as you know, this is now a link because I put an anchor tag in there, but it's a link that goes nowhere until I actually put in the hypertext reference here. So I'm going to do that now. So we have an href, and this one goes to, I think this is the regular, let's be quotes on, the regular site, codeavengers.com. So I'm going to just copy this part right here from my style sheet reference and put it in here. But of course it's going to go to a different directory, or folder as we say in the Windows world. And this one I believe is the M directory. Don't ask me why they call it that, maybe for Michael. And it's called About HTML, that's the file name. And of course it's still all blue there because I have to add the closing quote. And then I'm going to save it. And you can see when we relaunch it and we click on About Us, it goes to his About Us page. Okay, so that's how anchors actually work with text. They can also work with other things like images. I'm going to show you how that works too. So we're going to open up a new line right here, right before the blog reference. We're going to put his logo on this page. So he's got a couple images to choose from actually. And of course we're going to put an anchor. Before we do that, we have to put an image on there. So as you remember, we just looked down there, and image is IMJ. That's our image tag. And then we have SRC. If I have time, I'll explain that in this lesson. If not, the next one. And then this image tag is also at the codeavengers.com site. And it's under images. So I'm just going to copy all this to make it easier for me. So I forgot my quote there. And this particular image would be called logo.png. Okay, and of course, if we have an opening bracket, we need a closing one to actually clean that up. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. Well, wow, that's pretty big. Maybe we should change the width a little. Remember how we do that? So we go back to our image source. Here it is. And what's other stuff opening here too. And we're going to change its width. So I open a space there and just put width. I think it tells me how big it was when I mouse over that. Let me see. It says it's 275. Why don't we make it 100? Let's try 100. So we put some quotes here and 100. Okay, let's see what this text looks like. That's pretty small. Maybe I should make, well, I keep it like that for now because it's good enough for what we're actually going to do. And what we're going to do is we're going to make it so that when I mouse over Code Avengers, it actually changes into a link. So you can do this with images too. And what you do is you just, all this code for the image, you surround, of course, with what kind of tag? An anchor tag. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to open up a space there. We're going to put our opening bracket and our A and our hypertext reference equals and this is going to go to right here, codeavengers.com. So I'm going to write that or paste that in. Now here we are. We put it there and then put our closing quote and also our closing bracket. And of course we have to move this closing tag here, you see, because this needs to be on the other side of the image. So I'm going to cut it from there, Control X, and then I'm just going to paste it at the end of the image, which is right here. So we paste it here. Okay, so as you see, what we've done is we've surrounded our image source here with an anchor tag, which starts here, giving us the reference to where it is, and here's the ending anchor tag, the closing tag for that. I'm going to save that and take a look at what that. Okay, so I will save it and reload it. You can see now it's a link. It's changed. The little border around it has changed. So if I click on it, it takes me to codeavengers.com. So that's how anchors work. You can use them for either text, and that'll take you to another page it has a relationship with. You could use it for images, and it does the same thing. So it's, like I said, it's the most important, I think, tag that you can ever use when you're actually doing this HTML coding.